Michael, we good? Okay, good. Well, we are at 6 o'clock, so we'll call this meeting to order. First, I'd like to acknowledge that we're in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And just before we approve the look for approval of the agenda, last meeting we did have a segment there with referred to public engagement options, and I'd just like to call on the CAO maybe to explain what we'll do with that tonight.
Thank you to the chair. If you see the agenda, number 5, public hearings, presentations and questions, we'll need to revamp that slightly, move it to the end for the next council meeting. We're putting some parameters around what this public engagement looks like. What we've done is mirror what the town of Wolfville is doing. They have a very good process. They do it at the start of the meeting, but I think it'd be better for us to do it at the end. So things like the time limit of how long we're going to spend doing that, they do for 30 minutes. Each person is limited to 3 minutes, can return to speak. Some things we want to put some borders around, or what we're going to discuss. So things like past decisions, personnel, current or potential litigations, things like that we won't speak to. But for the next meeting, what we'll now start to do is advertise. Folks can register with Kayla, the clerk, that they want to speak, and then we take their names, and if they have an idea of what they want to speak for, it's great to share that. Also, some contact information. I'm not going to suggest we'll have the answers for everyone that given night, if depending on their questions. So we'll have to have a way to get back in touch and the feedback some information. So Deputy Mayor, if you're okay with that, we'll implement that starting after this meeting for the upcoming regularly scheduled council meeting. Thank you.
Okay, that sounds good. So we will look for the approval of the agenda for tonight. Moved by Councillor Duggan, seconded by Councillor Sanford. All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. And we'll also look for the approval of the minutes from June 13th. Yeah, you have a question?
Just my name is spelled wrong in the minutes. So in the present, like who is here, it's spelled correctly, but then further into the minutes, it's spelled incorrectly. There's 2 D's in it, Sanford. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I guess the clerk will make a note of that. Yes. Okay. Other than that, are there any errors or omissions to note?
The only thing, it says that I was present, which I completely was, but I left at 6:15. So I don't know if that needed to be noted that I did leave.
Boy, it's rare we have this many. You're reading the minutes anyway. That's one good thing. Anything else to mention before we move on? Okay, look, so we'll move for a mover and a seconder for that. Moved by Councillor Duggan, second by Councillor Sanford. Any further discussions or errors or omissions to note? All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Nothing under public hearings, presentations, or questions. And next week that will be further down on the agenda, right?
To the Deputy Mayor, yes, we'll rework it slightly so that it aligns with our process flow.
Okay, and we have 3 correspondence items there. Are there anybody want to make any comments or questions on those? Fine, we'll move on. There's no new business that we have arising from the minutes or anything like that. There's nothing from committees, recommendations, or anything like that. New business, nothing there. So we're right into our in-camera portion of the meeting. So I look forward to move in camera. Moved by Councillor Bertle, seconded by Councillor Ernst. All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. We'll take a 5-minute recess and move into camera.